What's that spooky movie? Is it a hit? Don't ask Lenka, 'cause she hasn't seen it. Is that different enough from the last one?
Sure. Welcome to the Haven't Seen a Podcast. This is a podcast where we bring people on the show, and sometimes we bring Zach on the show, and he serenades us. And I'm Alenka Zach, and this is the Haven't Seen a Podcast, and we're live, baby.
And I'm Will. Actually, no, I am Pamela Voorhees. This is my most Pamela Voorhees sweater. If you remember, like a Pamela Voorhees was
I didn't know she had
the
a
killer
name.
in Friday the 13th, Part 1.
Didn't know she had a name. I forgot. I don't
She
know
did.
that we ever talked about that, though. Did we?
I don't ever think we said her name.
I'd like my
we just said
Lifeline
Mrs.
phone call.
Voorhees. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think we did, but good.
Yeah.
You
This
look
is
good.
my costume change. A nice sweater.
I haven't done costume change.
Wait. Ooh.
I'm ready.
You know, it's
For
a pretty
spring
it's-
break.
Yeah. No, wait, do
Baby.
your Elton John.
Huh?
Yeah. There you go. That's Elton John, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Well, we don't have like crazy costumes, but someone who did bring props is our next guest. All the way from the R.I.P podcast, we have Rob Feetham. Welcome to the show,
Welcome to
Rob.
the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Yes.
very happy to be here. Happy Halloween month.
Yeah, baby.
Spooky movie hashtag spooky movie month, everyone.
Yeah, if you weren't hashtagging it,
He brought
Fuck
props.
yeah.
Look at that.
look at it.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty
exquisite.
great.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my god.
got a skull.
Now,
Yeah.
do you have your like prosthetic belly from Fat Camp?
Oh, dude.
I wish I did.
Oh.
No,
You
they
get to
took they
keep it?
no, they took
That-
it back.
Guys, scroll to those photos. You will see a very upset Alenka because there was no trigger warning for these photos. And they're morbid.
Super.
Yeah, context. I was in a short horror film where I get killed, and it's called Fat Camp.
Belly gets sliced open.
Oh,
yeah.
Those 8 meters of intestines are flowing.
Flowing.
All
all
eight.
the
Yeah,
time.
they're it's at a horror festival in Vancouver right now.
That's
so
fucking
so
sick.
yeah, some Vancouver
glad
audiences
you
get to
went.
see me die, and it's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
It
Speaking
is.
of, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the poster for that movie bears some resemblance.
It does.
Yes,
It,
for
it-
our next
Really?
movie.
yes, it
Really?
does. Yes, it does.
Can we see that?
It might take me a bit. But how about you talk about our next
You vamp
movie,
for a
Rob?
little bit.
Yeah.
Vamping. We are going to be talking about Friday the 13th, part 2.
Seriously.
Ooh, yeah, part 2.
Yes, part 2. One that I think is a great film in Friday the 13th franchise.
How many movies in this franchise exist?
There are
I expected.
11.
I thought you were gonna say
Well, 11 is a lot. Like
Yeah,
no,
it's a
because
lot.
by 10 they put him in space.
Fuck
yeah,
up.
so they're they start to run out of ideas by 10.
What the
Um,
fuck?
And then there's Jason versus Freddy.
Right.
12 because then there's also a remake.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 12
So
altogether.
people love
Jason
this
X was the
movie.
one in space, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Oh my God.
ridiculous. I can't find the poster right now. But
That's fine.
We'll throw it up somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that.
That's the
We'll talk
movie.
about Friday the 13th, part 2.
Right.
And as you remember, like the killer in that movie was
His
Jason's
mom.
mom.
He's
His
man.
In her
mamacita.
nice sweater, which we didn't talk about. You're right.
No,
we
you guys didn't talk
the
about
sweater.
her name
And,
or her sweater.
She gets her head cut right off.
Choppy
Yeah.
chop.
Wait, she does?
Yeah,
She
Yeah,
does?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No one
Yeah.
told you that?
the teen.
I am
slices
going
her
to
head off.
yell at my brother.
Mhm.
No, he's probably.
Yeah, it's your brother's
It is.
episode.
It's the end of the
He
movie.
probably
You
did
kind of
say
can't
it.
miss
I
it.
just don't remember. He's probably so mad right now.
Yeah.
He's probably like,
Fuck. But so that was part 1.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, why did you pick part 2?
Why did I pick
Yeah,
it?
why did you pick
Why
part
did-
2?
you want to know why?
Because
I
I think I said, did I put part 2 or did I put the series in general?
No, you just said part 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
so
you gave that the option. You know what? I find slasher movies are sort of the perfect movie for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
You know?
Yeah.
¿por qué?
¿Por qué? Because because why?
Zach,
Hey?
take it away, baby.
And don't be racist about it.
Why?
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
Safe, simple, great tune.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, well, because it's tradition. When I was a kid, these are the movies that you're not supposed to really see. These are the movies that you kind of like, they come out late at night, you know, so you've gone
Right.
trick-or-treating, you've gotten all your candy, you're sitting with your friends, you're supposed to be going to bed, but instead you're watching Friday the 13th.
Oh
Candy.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, and Friday the 13th is it's great. It's the first time we're introduced to Jason, who
Oh, yeah.
becomes a iconic character
Yeah.
in all of
But this
horrordom.
is very different. This is a very different Jason than we're used to.
Oh yes. He changes greatly throughout the franchise. Yes, he is a very different kind of slasher character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Because like in the first one, he didn't exist.
He exists as a child who drowns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I heard about it. But he wasn't real. He was a figmente of somebody's dream at the very end.
Or
We think.
so we think.
Well, so we
Yeah,
think. So
yeah.
we think.
So we think.
So we think.
So
You
Um,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, given all that kind of information, Lenka, what do you think happens in this movie?
Okay, I think it starts off with Miss Vanderpump or Van Hees Voorhees. Heaths? Voorhees. Voorhees.
Yeah.
Mrs. Voorhees is like, oh, she chopped up dead, didn't she? Fuck. Okay, so we're at camp.
Uh-huh.
It's same area, Crystal Lake, right?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Crystal Lake. Some
Well,
kids
yeah,
are like, he. Have you heard about the murder rumors that happened here like 10 years ago? And everybody's like, yeah, idiot. That's why I chose this camp instead of the other one. And they're like, okay, calm down. And then someone's like, look what I brought. Boom. Ouija board. And they're like, okay, like, who are we Ouijaing? And they're like, well, didn't you hear that, like, actually it wasn't a guy, it was like his mom, like, let's talk to her because she's gone. So fuck off, am I getting this?
No,
Do
you're
we
not.
even have to do
you're-
the
I'm so
episode
close.
now?
You're not getting it, but you're describing a movie I want to see.
So anyways, so they're like,
next
hey,
masterpiece.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Voorhees, like, what the fuck, girl? Like, why did you kill all these people? What's the dealio? And then they didn't do it right. They didn't do the Ouija right. So somehow they actually like summoned up the demon of the child because that guy is pissed because he drowned in a lake. And because his mom's spirit was like, yo, baby boy,
This
Get back
actually
up.
makes more sense.
Bring-
than
Yeah.
Bring
This
yourself-
should be the.
this would explain the whole franchise.
Can we just retcon this to be the
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, spirit of mom was like, baby boy, get back up. You can do this. There's more people to kill. And he's like, okay, I hear you, mom. So then he's like, I'm a grown ass boy now. Time has passed, honey. And he's like, but I look like a baby face. No one's gonna take a murderer seriously with a fucking baby face. So he puts a mask on and he just fucking fucks up the kids. He's like, you dead, you dead, you dead. And then like no one can really catch him because he's not really, he's not here like you and me.
Mhm.
He's like here.
He's
but
like a zombie ghoul.
Yeah.
He's a ghoul.
He's a ghoul.
he's
Yeah,
a ghoul. And
he's a
so
A cool ghoul.
but I'm sure by the
Ghoul.
end of the movie, like everybody's like, oh, we totally got him. And he like slips away at the last second.
Mm.
Into the sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
all
walks
you
away
see
like
are,
the Hulk in the old
yeah,
series.
dilapidated bodies and stuff.
That's
That's a
So-
better movie, actually.
That-
I guess
that's-
that's not what happened.
I only have,
no, no, it's not.
No.
But
I only have one question. Is Ouijing a verb?
Did I say that?
Ouijing?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
It
'Cause
is
it
now.
should be.
yeah.
Ouijing.
Ouijing.
Yeah.
We were
This is
Ouijing the last
disgusting,
weekend.
Will.
Yeah, Lenka, what's... Oh. That looks great.
Yeah. These marshmallows are covered in rum.
This
They
is
are. So,
fucking gross.
well, let's move on to the drink. The drink I'm calling today is called Camp Blood.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Sam. My partner Sam is here, guys.
Yeah.
Can you go into the kitchen and grab
This
the
is fucking
strawberry sauce
disgusting.
in the drawer?
Like, you knew that putting in crackers into a liquid was gonna make them gross.
Yeah, I know. So this drink is called Camp Blood.
Yeah.
What it is we start with and this is all because I found a s'mores
There's more
liqueur,
in
so
here.
I'm like, let's go,
Yeah, gotta
baby.
go with it, yeah.
So we've got s'mores liqueur, chocolate milk. Here we go. Chocolate
Delicious.
milk, vodka added in there just for some more
Oh yeah, that's
drinkage.
a lot of rum.
Then some graham crackers inside there.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
And then I garnish it with a little marshmallow. And then I had a barbecue lighter, everyone, and the marshmallows weren't lighting because I guess they needed to be hotter. So I still have some overproof rum from our The Thing episode with Kelly McNeely, who was just on the podcast tonight. So go check that out. I poured that over the marshmallows, and
Like,
I
are
lit
you
it on
supposed to
fire.
eat overproof rum?
I mean, it's just rum.
But is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just rum. I mix
Also-
it in drinks.
Also, also lighting it on fire burns off the alcohol.
It mostly
Does it
burns
though?
it.
Because I still taste
Yeah,
it.
You'll still taste it, but it won't be.
What a garbage
as-
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Alcohol that burns out.
Yeah.
Just so you can taste it and have
And
no
then
other effect.
To make it Camp
Idiots.
Blood.
Yes, Camp Blood.
We pour some strawberry
need help?
sauce on
Do
this.
you want a hand?
Yeah. Oh, I got it all over my jeans. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh
Here we
no.
go.
Will, you're making a mess.
I am making a gooey, ooey mess, and now we're gonna pour. Hold it up. Oh, you ate the marshmallows. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You're supposed to pour it on the marshmallows, but I'll pour the strawberry syrup.
That's enough.
Here,
I
here,
couldn't-
in camera.
I couldn't get to the drink without
me
moving
some.
the.
I'll give you some.
Oh, there you
Just a
go.
little.
Oh, that makes more
Oh,
sense. That looks
yeah.
good.
There you
Hey,
go.
It's like a fun
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah, because it's camp. It's still camp.
This is
Mhm.
fucking disgusting.
It
Is
is.
it high glucose corn fucking fructose
Oh,
syrup?
totally.
This is
You
interesting.
know
It's-
how bad
it's
that
Smuckers.
is.
I'm sticky.
Oh, it's all over my
Glucose,
jeans.
fructose water, glucose,
That's great.
strawberries, fructose,
That's good.
modified cornstarch, natural flavor.
Hey, don't show that logo. We can't show that.
That's not bad.
What?
So yeah, that's the drink. Hope you like it. S'mores
I
liqueur.
don't.
I was very excited about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What's your segue for the movie now?
Oh, this is getting all.
Yeah,
in my
you get to.
beard.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting all in Will's beard,
Yeah, right.
Friday the
Fellow
13th.
Beardy.
Friday the 13th.
How
Get
does
up
it
in
start?
there.
How does it start?
how's this movie start?
It starts with a little boy's feet.
No.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Yes. Little boy skipping through puddles. Splashing. Really late at night. It's
Yeah.
quite dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could say it's almost like a Halloween night,
It-
but it's not.
Yes. And
Okay.
he's singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. You know,
Mhm.
creepy
Creepily,
children's
yeah,
songs,
yeah.
you know.
It's very it. It's
Yeah,
very it.
Wait,
Okay.
I got this.
Yeah.
The one I know.
Oh. You said the one you know.
This does not sound like knowing, Zach.
No, that's wrong.
So confidently too. What I know.
So-
we mention he's our punching bag.
So little boy's singing and he is hopping through puddles. Then his mother calls, "Get your ass inside."
No, she
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, she does,
she?
doesn't
Well, she said, "Come inside."
Oh.
Okay.
I'm taking artistic license.
Get your motherfucking
Get your
ass
motherfucking inside.
Fucking
And as soon as the little boy's feet leave the puddle, a larger foot splashes in the puddle. And you
right
see,
behind him type
Yes.
thing?
Bigfoot.
and big work boots,
Oh,
overalls.
A man.
It's a man.
Man foot.
And you
Ooh.
hear,
Wait, yeah, what did we do last time? What
I forget now.
was it?
We'll have to make up a new one.
Yes.
well, it is kiki mama.
Ooh.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
Like kill mama.
Kill mother, kill mommy.
No.
Yeah, because she says that at the end of the movie. In the first one, she says like, she
Oh
does
no,
that, like,
it's not. It's
kill
not.
her, mommy.
It's not like the
Kill
last
her.
time we did it, which was Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Yes. Now we enter the home of the final girl from the first movie.
Yeah.
She returns, and she's having a nightmare. She's rolling about in her bed,
Ah.
and her nightmare is the last 10 minutes of the first film.
She's in the canoe.
Uh-huh.
Well, no,
she
it goes.
kills Mrs.
Yeah, it's like whole thing.
It's
It goes
the whole thing, the
Mrs.
whole
Voorhees
last
said,
10
with
like,
minutes.
with little like flashes and stuff, but
Uh-huh.
like you basically get the whole
In case
end
you
of the
didn't
film.
Right,
watch
right.
the whole
Yeah.
last
Recap.
one.
It's a recap.
yeah.
Her dream is a recap of
Yuck.
the first film,
Yuck.
and she wakes up, sweaty, upset.
Mhm.
It's trauma,
Yeah.
and this is supposed to take place about like 2 months.
PTSD.
2 months later is
Mhm.
basically what this is
That's
supposed to
all,
be.
eh?
Yeah.
That's all. So she's still struggling.
No time to cope.
No, she's still struggling. She, after a nightmare, she hops in the shower.
Mhm.
As one does.
How
Yeah.
old is she again? Like,
See, the
16?
thing is, it's like I don't know how old any of
This
these
is
people
like,
are supposed to be.
5 years
Be-
later.
well, no. This is 2 months later,
2
and
months.
then it goes to 5
Yeah,
years.
it goes to
5 years.
Yeah.
But like, all of them are supposed to be teens
yeah.
of some kind. I don't know where in the
I think-
teens they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
thought they were like in college. I
Well,
would
like
say.
she was like, the final girl in the first one was supposed to go to art school.
Yes, because she was an artiste.
She was
Sure.
artiste, so she was like making a little bit of money in the
Mhm.
summer.
Sure.
If I'm
Uh,
licking my mustache.
Artist.
I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Strawberry.
Oh,
I
Will.
was
No.
Yeah, and
Age.
so she hops in the shower, and then there's a POV shot and
Mhm.
going towards the shower, and you're like, oh no, the killer's in the house, and then she just rips open the shower, and it's just like she looks directly down the barrel. It's just like a
Yeah.
little cheeky.
Yeah,
it's a
like-
cheeky
ooh,
scare.
Remember the first movie when
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
all
yeah.
first person? Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like tons of like just like psycho
Yeah.
moments, like
Exactly.
like Hitchcockian
Yeah.
shots.
And then
Yeah.
like there's like noises, and then her window's open. She walks by the window, and then
It's a cat.
a cat.
A
It's
cat.
Kitty.
Cat jumps in.
Yeah.
So one of the many cat scares in horror flicks.
Nice. Yes.
And she's just like, oh, okay, everything's fine.
Oh,
Oh,
trigger
it's
warning!
just
Don't
the-
watch Midnight Mass if you love cats.
What?
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
just say that.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's keep up.
So she's like, oh, okay, it's just the cat. I'll feed you.
I guess I'll feed you.
She opens the fridge. I'm just like belching. She it's just like chocolate milk. The worst thing to have while doing this. She opens her fridge and there's a head inside the fridge. Oh, and let me take it back. Like, yeah,
What?
and like then she gets a ice pick in her ear.
What?
Right,
Yes.
Right in her fucking
Right.
side of the head.
Before
Yeah.
she finds the head?
After.
Oh.
So she's just like
Okay.
she screams and it's like, oh no, and then all of a sudden it's just like,
Well, guess whose head it was?
whose head was it?
It's the mother. It's Pam Voorhees.
no, this
Yes,
is a
it
different head.
is.
That's a different
it's,
head.
No, it's her head.
Oh, is it?
It's totally her head.
Ah.
It's
Okay.
fresher, and then later in the movie.
Okay,
you
okay,
go.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that makes sense because I was thinking of that on the
Yeah.
way here. I
He was
just
like, "Here's
whose
my
head was
mom's
that?
head. You did this.
You did this."
because we assume it's."
And so
Okay.
we kill off that character
yeah, the
right
main
away.
character
For
from the
real?
last movie.
Yeah, so she's done.
She's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
That's
done.
not a
It's a
dream.
real Drew
She wasn't
Barrymore
fucking
moment.
dreaming.
yeah,
there you go.
yeah. She's done.
She done.
And then we flash forward. It's 5 years later, which they say there's no like 5
Yeah,
years
yeah,
later. Yeah.
It's like, it's
Okay.
fine.
And two
Um,
teens are driving in a truck.
Well, Zach, take it away. What-
Oh yeah.
Oh, two teens driving in truck. You can tell when he's not paying attention.
Okay, here we go. Oh my god. I should have tuned this. Slightly out of tune. What is happening here? Let's try it down
Two
here.
teens in a truck. Ice pick in the air.
Two teens in a truck, and they are going down the highway. They don't have any concept of time. Has it been 5 years? They don't know. But they're gonna drive to continue the show.
Nice.
It's all part of the plot.
Accurate.
So
And
they
it's essentially
yeah.
the opening of the first movie.
Yeah, exactly. So they pull up in their truck. They get out in this small town. They go to a payphone
Yeah.
to call their
We
friend.
see Freaky. What's his name?
Yeah, we meet. What's his name? It's like he's the doomsayer. I actually wrote it
He
down.
was in the first movie. Remember the creepy dude who just shows up? and
Yeah,
he's like,
it's
Was
a
it the
doom.
gardener? Oh,
doom.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
back.
He's just back.
He's part of the town.
A crazy Ralph. That's his
Crazy
name.
Ralph.
Crazy Ralph. So he comes up to them and he says, "Doom, no one listened to me. Doom,
Yeah,
Doom."
fuck, what's this guy's problem, huh?
He knows.
Yeah.
He
But
knows, and no one
Why
listens
does
to
he
him.
stay? No one listens. He's just some bitter old boy.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
is a bitter old boy.
Bitter old
Ralph.
boy.
They call him Bitter Ralph.
Bitter
Crazy Ralph.
Bitter Ralph.
And as he's giving this prophecy of doom, their truck gets towed,
Mm-hmm.
and they chase the truck, and this is my fucking truck. This is
Okay,
my
okay.
truck. And they go around the corner.
These are a couple like
Yeah.
hot teens.
They're the sexy
They're
teens.
hot,
Sexy teens.
Sexy teens.
Well,
let's be
Let's
honest.
not say sexy teens. They're sexy
Sexy
college kids.
teens.
Let's say they're sexy 20-year-olds.
18 is still a
All-
teen.
all my notes say sexy
later on
teen.
they go to the bar. No, later on they go to the bar. This is
Yeah.
America. They're at least 21. So.
Yeah,
Okay,
a lot
they're
of them are
21-year-old sexy
There you go.
teenagers.
Yeah.
21 years old teens.
Yeah, so-
Sexy ones.
So they run around the corner, and it is revealed one of their friends is called somebody to pretend to tow their truck.
Yeah.
And and
The nerdy guy.
the
What a
nerdy
fun
redhead,
prank.
Yeah.
he's the jokester.
Yeah.
You need the jokester in every slasher flick. He's
Exactly.
important.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was some other guy before.
Yeah.
Forget.
yeah. There's always
But there
one.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're always a little too much. Not really that funny, but
Yeah. They
you know,
go too far.
They
Yeah.
always go too far.
This
Yeah.
guy paid a tow truck driver to do this.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So, anyways, the three of them are heading. Now they're not going to Camp Crystal Lake. They're going to a camp that's close to Camp Crystal Lake.
Okay.
Next,
Because-
next lake
Like,
over.
like in like little,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
they're
like a
like-
little bit over because Camp Crystal Lake is
Murders happen.
Yeah.
like
They're-
murders
they're
happen,
like,
so there's no
one lake over is
trespassing.
fine.
Spooky.
Yeah.
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 So, so they're heading, and what they're doing is they're heading to a camp, and it's not a camp for kids. It's a camp to
For
train.
sexy teens.
This is for sex. Yeah, it's for like naughty things, but like
Zach, take it away.
There we go. All right, you got it? All right. Oh, excuse me. This camp is for sexy teens. We're gonna do some sexy things. We're gonna go down to the river. We're gonna make you shiver with our hands and our feet and do some weird stuff because we're sexy teens. Sexy teens. Sexy teens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's okay.
That's
I know, it walks a thin line, but
They're in a foot stuff.
Sexy teens into foot stuff.
Okay. Well, this is so it's a camp to train camp counselors.
Yes.
They're training these similar. The first movie
It's a-
was also the counselors like getting the camp
Get
ready,
ready
for
for
kids.
kids.
Right,
This
right,
is to
right,
train
right,
the
right,
counselors
right.
for the eventual kids.
yeah,
that will
because
come.
extras are
Yeah.
that's expensive.
Yeah, especially in this
So-
in this era of horror movies.
Yeah, so it's always just like just before the children arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's gathering, everyone's there.
Mhm. And
Uh,
guess who shows up late?
Yes, Ginny.
I thought you could Jason.
Jason.
With his
Like we're
mask.
still waiting for Jason to show
shows
up.
up in his car. Yeah, Ginny shows up late. She's a counselor with
Yeah.
a shitty car.
Yeah, she,
which
is
you
it a
know is coming
Volkswagen
back.
Volkswagen convertible?
Yeah,
is that what
something
that
like
is? Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a pop, pop, pop. You know,
Nice.
you know,
she can't start it.
she can't start it.
Yeah.
She has a shit car.
Yeah. But
so-
she's like sleeping with the head counselor who's teaching,
Which is
them.
also
Come on,
mirrors the
that's
first
not
film.
allowed.
You know,
exactly.
it's just there was the final girl is
you
always
take
having
the
like a
plot that works.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
but different.
just slightly different.
Different people.
Yeah, so they so everybody shows up.
Yeah, and they're just like having a good time. It's
Yeah, it's like it's
it's
hang
like
out.
party. It's
It's
like
like
let's go
party.
swimming. Let's do. It's like let's do
Well,
'cause-
1 hour of work.
Yeah,
The
because,
rest
like-
of the day, let's just have fun.
Yeah, because that
That's camp.
yeah. So Ginny shows
But this is
up.
their training to be counselors. They're not
Yeah, yeah.
at camp.
No,
It's
like the first,
fun.
the first couple days are just like loose, like they're not quite doing work yet.
Loosey-goosey.
So
Get
like,
to
so
know
the
each
first,
other.
night they have a campfire,
Yeah.
and they sit around the campfire, and what's his name? Paul. Paul's
Sure.
the
Paul.
boss. Paul.
Let's call him
Like,
Paul.
he's Paul.
Yeah.
he's totally a Paul.
So
Yeah.
And
kinda guy.
Paul starts telling the story of Jason.
Jason.
Really?
Voorhees.
Right off the bat, eh?
Yeah.
Well, but he's
One
basically
lake over.
well, he's basically retelling what we've already seen in the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes of the
Gotcha.
movie with the dream sequence.
Yeah.
Just in case you
Yeah.
didn't get the dream sequence, we're now going to tell it around the campfire.
Which again, generally campfire horror stories, you wanna tell like an urban legend,
Yeah.
not a real thing that happened 5 years ago that's traumatic that
But-
just happened.
but they keep playing it off that it is still like they play it
Yeah.
off because like they keep talking about how they they skimmed the lake and never found a
Mhm.
body.
Here,
Right.
they're around the
Oh.
campfire.
Oh,
Here
nice.
you go.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Give yourself
We
some
We gotta
campfire
turn these
light.
lights
Do
on.
we have one?
Oh yeah, wait.
Give it
Campfire
camera.
light.
Yeah,
Here
there
we
we
go. Here we go.
Do we have
Campfire light.
There we go.
Wait.
Oh, that looks so good.
It does. Here
It
we
looks
go.
way better
What's
in
some cool
person.
campfire
Alright.
music?
It looks so much better in person. Don't
Oh,
we?
nice.
Ooh, ours looks really good. We have a
So the
better
old
camera.
timers say they never found the
Oh,
body
so
in the lake.
Ooh.
Some say he hides out in the forest, but he's more monster than man. Having seen the death of his mother, now he seeks revenge.
I hate this. You! You fucking garbage human. Fuck you.
I love this month. Which actually happens in the story.
I'm so fucking invested, you trash.
Our trickster friend jumps out of the bushes with a mask and a spear. Scares everybody.
A red-headed Seth Green type.
Yeah. And then boss man Paul says, "Okay, well that's enough. We've got it out of our systems.
Sure.
Like that's let us not talk about it anymore,
Mhm.
and do not go to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
It's off limits."
Which they call Camp Blood.
which they call Clamp Blood.
Yeah.
Right,
right. And
True
so-
name.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there you
I
go.
am smart.
Okay.
SMRT. And then we jump to them inside the cabin. They're doing things like arm wrestling.
Yep.
Teen,
Yeah.
cool,
Sexy
sexy
teen.
teen things. Arm
Um,
wrestling. They're
The
dancing.
girls are blatantly like, let's go fuck. I want you.
Well, the-
sex
So I
Okay.
wasn't far off. Let me just say.
Yeah. Oh no, like
But
it's
stop.
electric.
Oh, all
this,
over.
This room is electric with like
Hormones.
hormones
Oh, yeah.
and
sexy horny teens.
and
College teens.
yeah, like and one guy like dances with one of the
21-year-old teens.
woman's dog. There's
There's
scene-
a
Oh yeah, there's a
dog?
little puppy.
there's a
dog
little
as well,
puppy
though.
dog. There's a little
Well,
Shih Tzu.
Yeah, something like that.
We can't forget about the Shih Tzu. The
No.
Shih Tzu has a part.
The shitty shit.
Shit, the
Yeah.
Shih Tzu has your part.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Take it away, Zach.
Do Michael Caine.
Uh,
Do Michael Caine.
that dude's gonna fuck the Shih Tzu.
Stop. Cut him off. Cut him
Uh,
off. He's done. He's done.
That's it. No.
The way you were setting it up, it's a house full of sexy teens doing sexy things to each other.
Yeah, yeah,
Guys
yeah.
dancing with a Shih Tzu.
Well,
Come on.
because he goes to the one
Bro.
scantily clad teen and says, "Would you like to dance?" She says, "No," and he's just like, "Well, fine, I'll dance with your dog."
Okay. Sure.
There you go.
And then you never see them again.
What happens next? Oh yes, Ginny goes. She's like, "I'm done. I'm going to bed."
Mhm.
She heads off to bed, and
Yeah.
we get like some more of these like POV shots.
Mhm.
Following, lurking. We get a lot of this.
Yeah.
Um.
And then this is when Doom Dude shows up, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, Doom Dude. Well, that's
Oh, yeah.
it's revealed
Crazy
that it's
Ralph.
yeah. Well, it's a lot of like. First, it's like she's just like, oh, she hears something.
Yeah.
And it's Paul.
Yeah.
And and it's like, oh, geez, because this is how everybody greets each other in this movie. Is they
Mhm.
always sneak up and scare one another.
Yeah.
Rude.
How you like to
every
greet
single
people.
person goes, oh, and it's like, oh god, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Hello.
every single greeting, and it's Paul, and it's fine, and they're macking on each other,
Mhm.
and then we see Doomsayer like hiding behind a tree. He's just lurking. He's lurking, and
Yeah.
maybe keeping watch.
Sure.
Making
Yeah.
sure things fine.
Okay.
And then from behind the tree comes a piece of barbed wire,
Yeah.
No.
and like
no.
and then gets him.
To Doom guy.
Yeah, the one who's been telling everybody,
No.
From the
Doom,
first movie,
Doom."
they're just killing everyone.
And
everyone.
and so
What?
yes.
I thought he'd be invincible to this.
No,
Their
and this is like
contracts
and
are
this is
up.
like death like 2, like 2 in the movie so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
2, yeah. And gets him
Ooh,
good.
Yeah.
Get
right.
some.
Gets him good. Gets him
Real
good.
Yeah.
And then it's
kind of the next day.
next day they're running. They're going for a
on
running.
the beach. They're going to the beach.
Yeah, there's
They're
like
hanging on
there's
the
a
beach.
part where they're running through the woods.
No,
Yeah.
not yet, but they're on the beach and they're talking about there's a lot of like
Because
weird
the dog has
improv-
to run through the woods.
Yeah,
And
the dog
yeah.
runs away. She can't find the dog, but then
dog meets
they're
Pray
hanging
that
on the
dog
beach,
gets-
also
Yeah.
eating hot dogs. Like they're in lunch.
Wonder
It's
why she can't
typical
find the
Caine.
dog.
Yeah, and they're hanging on the beach.
I love how you're holding the finger right
Ginny,
now.
just so you know who I'm talking to.
Can I have one?
Yes. Ginny tells a joke that I remembered. What's red and green and
Oh.
moves at 100 miles an hour?
Frog in a
Right.
blender.
Frog in a blender.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who?
Ginny.
Ginny tells the
Ginny tells a joke. They're just
Ginny-
like they're sitting on the beach and they're just like shooting the shit and
Yeah.
they're telling.
Talking
They're
to
telling.
blender.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like this, like, banter that's
Yeah.
recorded that is,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's gross.
Yeah.
And then there's another two. There's two.
The trucker too.
Yeah, there's two couple that were in the truck.
Yeah.
They they were like, let's go see Camp Blood. Like, I want to see it. So
Yeah,
they start exploring Camp Blood.
Yeah.
And what do they find?
They find the puppy shredded to pieces.
No.
Oh, yeah. They find a
Really?
puppy shredded
No.
to pieces.
Yeah, they find a puppy
on.
shredded to pieces,
Yeah.
and they find the sign that says Camp Blood,
Camp Blood.
and then the sheriff.
You're so disgusting.
Yeah.
Jack.
The sheriff shows up. What did he do? What did he do?
He's
What did-
giggling at a shredded puppy. We all know why.
Yeah.
I was like, the guy
Got
really gave it
torn
to
up.
me.
That's
Oh, that's
Oh.
yeah.
Really? I got that?
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So the sheriff like scares him, like, because
Yeah,
no
sheriff
one's
gets
supposed to
them.
be trespassing on
Yeah.
this 5-year-old crime scene.
yeah, and
Right.
so they go back and like the sheriff's giving, shaking the fist at Paul, the boss, being like, you got to keep these kids off this plot of land, and like, look, I respect what you're doing here, but I really think you need to like move to another county,
Yeah.
and like,
We've
there's like
experienced too much fucking drama.
too much drama,
Yeah.
too much violence, too much death, like, and like you're just like you're playing with fire by being here.
Mhm.
But Paul shrugs it off.
Hmm.
He just like
Typical Paul.
Paul just
Yeah.
is like whatever.
Okay.
I don't deal with authority.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I run a
He's
camp
like-
that trains camp.
Run
He's
Counselors.
like, you should reprimand those counselors. He's like, they don't get dessert.
yeah, second helpings of dessert is yeah.
Second helping.
Wow.
Yeah,
Camp
and-
sounds great.
And so the sheriff drives off, and the sheriff's driving, huffing and a puffing, and then he's seen someone scurry into the woods.
Yes, great.
Oh.
And as we know, it's against the law to scurry into the woods. So he pulls
Gets out of the car and he like runs. I'm like,
Yeah,
is
he
this
chases-
dude not allowed to just like walk around the woods?
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
to
So
be-
he's like, he chases him into the woods, and you're just like, but why? But why? And it's
It's
just,
illegal.
yeah. And so he chases him, and he stumbles upon this shack in the woods.
Mm.
He enters the shack. and
It's a very decrepit. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
He
Right.
walks into a room and you don't see what he sees, but he sees some shit.
yeah, he sees
Oh.
something horrible,
He's
and
like,
then from behind,
Oh.
the hook of a hammer in the
Oh,
back of the
yeah.
head.
Hook of a
This is
hammer.
what's
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
claw,
pre,
the
this
claw
is,
of the
This
hammer.
is pre machete, Jason.
Machete.
He uses a lot of fucking.
Oh,
Whatever
but we
he's
get
got.
machete though.
We do get machete, but
He
this
uses
is
what
he
he's
uses a
got.
lot of
He's
weapons in this movie.
resourceful.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason
He
Bourne
grabs a
is
lot of stuff.
Just
Yeah,
whatever's around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A
Exactly.
real
Yeah.
improviser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it away, Zach.
Oh my god.
Play with this. This is your pick. Just kidding.
Jason.
That's it. No,
that's
you're
it.
done.
All right.
There you go.
Fair enough.
So
enough.
sheriff dies, and then we cut. It's like dinner time at the camp. They're all having a good time eating
Yeah.
dinner. Out
Yeah.
on the big veranda.
And Paul says, we're going to be getting to work. Like we've had a fun couple days, but like now we're getting to work. So
It's time.
tonight is the last night. If anybody wants to go into town, to let loose in town, get anything in
To
town, go to a
21
bar,
Years old.
Right.
do that sort of stuff. Like now is your chance, because otherwise we're here for the rest of the,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
And then some
Sure.
people are like, "I'm going to stay behind," and then the people
Well,
who are like, "I want to fuck that person,"
well-
goes, "I'll stay behind too."
Well, you know who puts up their hands? All the non-speaking roles,
Yeah,
because there's like a large group
I know,
of
and
campers.
They don't even get killed
no,
either.
No, because they all go into town.
Yeah. They're just like, "Oh, let's go."
Yeah, so like all the people who haven't said a word put up their hand and leave, and all the speaking roles all decide that we're gonna stay and we're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
we didn't say that there's one guy who's in a wheelchair from like a motorcycle accident.
Yes, we're gonna
Okay.
get
And
to
really,
that.
I don't.
Still works.
Yeah, it works, but there's nothing that's specific about. I guess there's nothing about the role that's specific to like he needed to be in a wheelchair. But
Well,
I guess,
It makes for a really great kill, and I know
Fuck, I forgot about that kill.
Yeah,
You're right.
it
that's
makes
why.
for a really great kill. Oh, did you disappear?
I might have disappeared.
Oh my God, you're a ghost.
We'll
can
keep
throw to me.
going,
You
and
keep
we'll
going.
yeah,
Okay.
you keep going.
We can hear us.
Or Zach, actually Zach.
Vamp, baby. Yeah, baby.
All the kids going into town. They're going to go and mess around because they know that if they stay, there's no way that they're going to live. Not one of my best, but
That's nice. That was good.
Yeah, very good.
That works.
it's no Blood Boy.
No.
It's a
No.
throwback to the last episode.
Paying attention.
If you were paying attention.
Yeah, and other than the unspeaking roles, Ginny goes into town,
Okay.
Paul goes into town, and funny
Funny
boy,
redhead, Seth Green. type.
Okay.
yeah, goes into town.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are left to their devices. They're starting to pair off. You know, they're starting to give each other eyeballs and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Arm wrestle still. There's some.
Yeah, there's more arm wrestling.
Yeah.
There's more
There's
arm
more
wrestling.
wrestling.
There's these little 1981 video game console little things.
Oh, yeah.
they're like sports games.
So when Sam and I watched it, we thought he was using a calculator.
Nice.
They look like giant
Yeah,
calculators.
he was like, oh, he's got a
when we were-
graphing
yeah.
calculator. They're really leaning into him being a nerd or something.
Yeah.
No. They're just
So
like,
like one of
they're-
those things you would get
He's
in a
just on the
McDonald's Happy Meal.
calculator.
Yeah,
like,
basically,
the-
like they only have like the one game. Like one's like a football game and one's a hockey game.
Yeah.
And there's that she
Those
does that
games.
flirtatious thing where he's just like, "Oh, do you want to play football or hockey?" And she's like, "Which one's the one with the puck?" And you're just like,
Idiot.
"I don't know what that means, but I'm aroused."
Yeah.
And okay, so and then the one of the scantily clad ladies.
Oh, the truck couple. The woman is just
Trouble.
literally like, let's go upstairs and fuck.
Yeah. And then, but the other woman, she's just like, I'm gonna take a walk because it's nighttime, it's dark, it's in the
This is
woods.
when
So
I
you should.
like to walk.
This is when I
Yes,
want to walk.
yes,
And
yes.
she
When I
goes off,
walk.
and this
Music
is
with the
now
moon.
this is the obligatory skinny dipping scene.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. So
There it goes.
so
you're
you,
waiting for it.
yeah. So you
and it
see
happens.
boobs, butt, and
Boobies and
a little bit of
bum-bums.
vagina too.
what? No peenies.
No,
Just
no,
vaginis?
just vaginis.
boobs and butts and vaginas.
Yeah, so she skinny dips by herself in the middle of camp, and then obviously the guy who's been like trying to hit on her the whole time,
Yeah,
shows up, steals her clothes.
Yeah, steals
Oh,
her
what a
clothes because that's a fun
fucking
game,
prick.
and she chases after him,
Sorry, that was a sneeze.
and they're running. They're
she chases after
she
him.
chases.
Like,
This is the running. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
this
running
is
like
what's
this.
happening
Yeah, she's
with
running
her
like
chest.
this, and he gets snagged by one of those like
Helicopter
rope
boots.
pulley things, like one of those
Oh,
traps, and
no.
he's like
Yeah.
upside down,
Oh my god.
and he's swinging upside
And he's all
down.
like, oh, Paul with his stupid like camp stuff.
Yeah. And she,
Sure.
she's like, haha, funny. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll let you down. And so she goes off to find a knife to cut him down.
Mhm.
Meanwhile,
Still
Someone else
nude.
with a knife.
She's
shows
Yeah.
still
up.
nude.
No,
She's-
she got her clothes back.
She got,
she
a
got
little
her
bit.
shirt back eventually, yes.
Nice.
And yeah, so he's hanging upside down. He's just hanging around. And yeah, all of a sudden the machete to the neck.
Right to the neck.
Yeah, when he's hanging upside down.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
She comes back. She's like, here, I'm coming to help you. And then, she turns around and then she screams, and it's sort of like an off shot kill. And I
Yeah.
think we're at like
Right.
4 deaths at this
Yeah.
point.
Fourth death. Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
up
And then
there.
we're back at the. I think we jumped to.
I think we're back at the bar.
Yeah, there's a bar-
We
it's
can,
a bar
explain
scene.
the bar scenes. Basically, like
Boy.
Ginny is like I can't like either. She's like talking about the whole Jason story, and she's like, he would have saw her get killed, like just wandering around, wondering where his mother is.
She has like there's
Huh?
this scene. Yeah, they're just like drinking at the bar, and then for whatever reason she starts talking about Jason, and she
Right.
like has like a
introspective.
yeah,
moment.
empathy for him, being like, all this sort of thing happened, and she's like, what if he's still alive? And they're just like, oh no, it's just a story. It's
Yeah.
just a story. He's
Just
not
an
alive. He
urban
died.
legend.
It's
Yeah,
just an
it's
urban
the
legend.
mother, she's dead.
She's
It's
like,
all
oh,
good.
well, it could be possible.
Yeah. And that's it. And then they're like, oh, let's head back.
Yeah,
Back-
they're gonna head back.
Yeah.
A storm comes.
Storms
a
a
brewing.
brewing.
Storms
Yeah.
a brewing.
And
Starts
then-
to rain.
Yeah, we're back at the wheelchair guy and the girl who really wants to fuck him like hard.
Yes.
And this actress, I'm not sure who she is, but she looks a lot like Linda Cardinelli, but
A little bit.
Cardellini.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I was like, oh, but anyway, she's like, okay, well, meet me in my
Well, yeah.
room or-
My
She asks him about how he got.
oh
he
yeah,
got paralyzed. He says the motorcycle accident, and then she asks him, so like, does everything not work down there? Like,
it.
Yeah.
and he says, oh, I mean,
Pervy
everything's
the thing you should
things are
ask
okay.
someone, right away.
Yeah.
And though she's like, well, I'll be right back, and she goes to her like room
To like
to change into some sexy like brown silk underwear.
Okay, well, here's the
that's got-
thing: is she's wearing a sweater, and she takes her sweater off and puts another sweater on, but it's just a slightly sexier sweater.
Yeah, a little
So it's just a little bit like
She
it's
takes
like
her-
it's a bit higher
Yeah.
cut here, and a
But she
little
takes
like
her underwear,
where-
but she puts on like silk. It's silk
baggy,
underwear, but
baggy
it's
underwear.
baggy brown underwear, so it doesn't look
That's
flattering. Like it's
sexy.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
midriff-
yeah.
midriff
And she
was
also and
everything in the
she
90s.
applies perfume.
This is in the 90s. This is like
yeah,
what,
yeah.
what's
She
this?
applies
Oh.
perfume, and then she like gives herself a little spritz
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
which is in the
way.
crotch. Yeah, in the
No.
crotch area.
Would
Yeah,
you
burn.
know,
Yeah,
it would
Too
burn
wet?
and just like it would just be shocking to go down there and just
Okay,
be like,
listen.
what?
It probably would only burn if she like went in there. She's not,
Well, she does.
just-
I mean, she goes-
she
Yeah.
goes
She
into
could
her.
go down like this and it's not gonna burn unless she like widens
You gotta
her
remember
legs.
this is, but this is
and was like, "Here we
1981
go,
perfume. This stuff is like,
This is pure alcohol.
yeah, takes varnish off a deck.
Right, okay.
So, I don't even know what that means.
Well, and then
Uh,
and then she goes to her car to get something in the parking lot.
Yeah,
There's
I-
like a parking lot.
yeah,
in
she
this place,
goes
so-
Forgot
and like,
my
and it's
other
more like
thing.
POV stuff, right?
Yeah,
And so he like Mark, who's in the wheelchair,
Mark.
he's waiting outside, and you know he's excited, he's waiting, and he's just sitting there in the wheelchair because that's what he yeah. And all of a sudden he gets a machete right in the face,
Oh my god.
right there,
right
yeah.
in the face,
Okay.
and then he rolls back and then starts rolling backwards down
Darn.
a flight
like
of
a
stairs.
big steep stairs.
Yeah,
that
so
I
it's-
didn't
yeah,
even
so
realize
he has
existed
yeah,
in
he has-
this camp.
So he has
Yeah.
the giant machete in his face, and he's rolling
So
down.
do you think they just wrote that just so that they could have like a wheelchair falling down this giant set of
I
stairs?
think
Like,
so
that's
because
why?
otherwise,
Yeah, there's
He
no
doesn't
reason.
tip over halfway down.
Well, no, it kind of
He
like
just
slow. It
rolls
goes
back.
slow mo,
All
and
the
you
way
kind of get
down.
like a still shot of
Yeah,
like
of
you
like
know,
the obvious dummy in the
yeah,
in the
Okay.
wheelchair.
but it's just like
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, poor Mark.
poor Mark. Is it
And-
Mark? Mark.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah, it's
Okay,
Mark
okay.
because she shows back up into the cottage, and she's going, Mark, Mark, where are you, Mark? And oh yes,
So
but
ready.
Truck couple
truck couple are having sex.
in hot and
Trouble.
heavy.
Yeah, they're getting it hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And our killer enters the cottage, and he grabs the spear that was used as the joke in the beginning.
Right.
at the campfire.
Yeah, at the campfire, and he goes up to the room, and they're post coitus holding each other, and he stabs the spear through both of them,
Oh my.
and then it goes
Right
through
through the
one
bed.
person, through another person,
Which
right through
is-
the bed into the
Is
floor.
it which is also
So
a kill
much
in the first
force.
movie too, isn't it?
Yeah, I
well,
think
no,
it
there's a
is.
kill with the arrow through Kevin Bacon's
Oh.
neck through the
Oh, yeah,
bed.
Oh,
Kevin
that,
Bacon.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Kevin
Through the
Bacon,
bed,
baby.
like
Yeah.
through a person through
Yeah.
the bed is also
Um,
a trope.
Yes, and but there and also there's a few bed tropes through this this franchise.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's just consider how much force that would take.
Oh, a
he's
lot.
he's strong.
Yeah.
He's strong boy,
He's
just like
strong.
his mama.
He's-
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's fed by rage.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
And honestly, demons. If we're going with Alenka's retcon, yeah.
Yes, which
But
would
is
make
he?
more sense.
Yes, exactly.
So he's
Um,
just a normal human boy.
in this episode of
Yeah.
this franchise.
Although
yeah.
once we get to it, I'll say like, we'll see. Well, I'll tell you once we get to it.
Right. And so now she's coming in. She's looking for Mark. She goes up into the room
Mark.
and she sees that.
Actually, Zach, sum up all the deaths so far for us.
Oh
You can't
boy.
remember.
Every single one? You
All
want
of
you
them,
want all of them?
please.
You want every
There's
single
been,
one in
what,
order
5
of
now?
how they happen?
Whatever you remember.
When-
All right.
He's
Okay.
just gonna talk about the wheelchair.
Well, there was a girl who got a knife to her face, and then a boy who got caught in a trap. He was upside down, he got a machete, and he wasn't ready to die. And none of them were, they were just teens having sex at times. They were teens having sex at times, and also the wheelchair falling down the stairs with the thing on his face. Oh, and there was the two having sex. They had knew each other, but they hadn't really met. They were doing it nasty and on the bed, and the spear went through them both. 'Cause Jason wasn't fucking around.
no, he was
No,
not.
he was not.
And so she's calling for Mark. She's looking for Mark. She goes into the room where the sex was happening, and she sees that there's the covers are over and stuff, and she goes over to like grab one of the covers. She pulls it up, and Jason's hiding under one of the covers.
way.
Yeah,
Shut the
so he sits up.
Also, do we see what he looks
What
like?
does he
So,
look
not
like?
yeah.
Yeah, so now this is like not the hockey mask version of Jason.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
He doesn't do that until the next movie. He has a sack over his head. So it's just like a big old
Who's the guy that
Potato
has
sack.
like a white?
That's
The-
Michael Myers. You're thinking of,
Yeah.
right? Like the mask, the human.
I've been
mask.
thinking of him the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
this whole
yeah.
time.
No, this is
I
this
thought
is
this was really-
Jason,
Oh.
guys.
Jason
I-
has the hockey mask
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
generally.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got 'em mixed up.
Mhm.
yeah.
So he's a bag over his head.
Yes, so he has a
Like a
bag.
Do
potato
we
sack.
find out
And-
why?
Well, that's just what they decided, and then eventually they're just
Why
like
he
hockey
doesn't
mask.
have a
is-
face?
Well, yeah, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. Well, that like remember in the first movie, you see like when he comes out
Little
of the
baby
water,
boy.
he's all.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see. I heard.
Oh right, yes, you don't see these movies.
yeah. Well, you know what? I'll bring
I
up
forgot the concept.
Yeah, here we go. Well, keep
Baby.
talking. I'll bring up an image of him in the first movie.
So he has a sack over his head with only like one eye revealed.
Oh my
Ooh.
god!
Yeah,
This
That's
is not
what he
even the
looks
first.
like?
No, this isn't even the first. This is like some
Oh.
other.
Yeah, that comes like maybe in the
I mean, he
Later
said
on,
he
yeah.
essentially looks like this.
yeah, like they do all sorts of stuff with his face
Okay.
throughout
Yeah,
the franchise. Like he has like a bit of a
Yeah.
deformity in
Okay.
but like he's wearing a sack and he's wearing overalls.
Nice.
Yeah,
No
overalls.
shirt.
Yeah.
No, he's wearing like
Dang
a
it.
blue plaid shirt,
Would've been
blue
way
plaid shirt
funnier.
with overalls and a sack on his head.
Good old country boy.
Just like, yeah, he looks like a good old country boy.
Yeah,
Cute.
good old
Um,
country boy.
And so sexy sweater, gets herself up against the wall,
Sexy sweater.
and she's just like, I'm not gonna run. I'm just gonna stand here and,
Like it's
and I'm just gonna scream
Yeah.
like because like it's over. And he has a butcher knife. He like
Yeah.
he has a butcher knife now.
Many things.
He's like,
Where
yeah,
did
he's,
he get that picture?
I don't know, but he's like packing a bunch of weapons, and
He
yeah,
just has like the overcoat and he pulls it over.
oh yeah, and then it's one of she bumps into one of the friends is hanging
Oh,
behind the door
yeah.
and stuff like that because like Jason likes to kind of like pose
He's
people every so
theatrical,
often.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
theatrical,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's a moment in every like
Yeah.
film where he like
he's an
reve-
artiste.
like
He
because
is.
like everybody starts like kind of like slowly missing and no one seems to like really notice, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden he's just like, here's the reveal.
Here you
I've
go.
hung them nicely for you to see.
You like it?
You like
You
it?
like
Do you
it?
like it?
It's like an
You
art
wanna buy
gallery.
it?
Yeah.
You see, there's
Uh,
a deeper meaning behind all.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And so now she's dead, and Ginny and Paul return to the camp.
Mhm.
Oof.
Everyone who's at the camp has now been killed. They're dead.
Perished.
Yeah.
Perished.
And so they get there and they see that the lights are on in the cabin. Like, that's weird, that they would just like leave the lights on and
Yeah.
like, where is everybody?
Yeah.
Like wasting electricity and all that sort of
Idiots.
stuff.
They're probably
Idiots.
all fucking.
Yeah, they're all fucking. Where are they?
Lights on.
And they're looking around, they're calling people's names, no one's responding. They go up into like the one room and they see blood all over the bed. And they're just
We should also
right.
mention earlier in the movie, they do make pretty vulgar like jokes /
about
comment
bears.
about the fact that like and women take care of your periods
I
because the
knew it.
bears will be attracted.
I knew
Because
it.
bears will come.
Big old bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, not you just wanted that Paul to walk in and be like, I told them.
That's what I was thinking. I thought
No, but they
immediately.
think it's like maybe it's fake
Yeah.
blood, and they're just like, and Ginny's just like, yeah, but would they do that? Like, it
Right.
seems a little too much.
Extreme.
It seems a
Mhm.
little too much. And they're looking around and stuff like that. And
Also, didn't the jokester go with them?
yeah, but he stays.
See, that's the thing. He doesn't. Does
He
he? Is he
stays
in
at
the
the
other
bar?
movies or no?
No,
He just
No.
He
He's
gets
just-
to survive
they're-
along
he's
with
just
the
like-
other non-speakers.
he's just like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's just like, he like, yeah, because like that, like funny guy, he goes over to like with this old man sitting at the bar. He says, "Is there any like after hours?" And the old man's like, "Yeah." And he's just like, oh, "Okay, good." And then that's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like they're searching this cabin.
There should be like a post-credit scene where Jason is like, "I didn't forget about you."
Yeah. Yeah. So they're searching for this cabin, and like in the main little kind of like living room area, it's like super dark. And like Paul's kind of wandering in, and Ginny's like squinting into the dark, and she's like, what am I seeing? I think there's someone in here with us. And all of a sudden, out of the shadows pops Jason,
Hey,
with
buddy.
a spear,
Yeah, with
goes after
new
Paul.
weapon. Well,
Yeah.
no, the same spear.
Same way, yeah. Goes after Paul. Him and Paul, they tussle. They're wrestling. They're good old like Greco-Roman wrestling
Yeah.
style. And
Which I love. Okay, same with like Mrs. Voorhees in the first one.
Yeah.
There's
So
always a
clumsy.
moment where like these like intricate killers who could sneak up on anyone, kill,
Yeah.
suddenly
Yeah.
have like a wrestling match with
Yeah.
an average
And
person,
they're
and,
so
they get knocked
bad.
over.
well, this is
Yeah.
like once again a very different kind of Jason. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not the like grounded like nothing can hurt me Jason. This is like the I fall and trip over myself.
I've fallen and I can't
Yeah.
get up, Jason. Yeah.
And so they're
Okay.
tussling. They kind of disappear into the darkness.
Oh.
Ginny's kind of looking, and then all of a sudden, Jason pops back up.
Oh.
Not Paul, but Jason pops back up.
fucking
And-
baghead.
yeah,
just-
yeah,
Fucking
big old
bag
head.
head.
Barrack head and
How
just
does
like
he
starts
see it of it?
just with one eye.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
one.
worry.
Yeah, why did he got one eye?
Oh,
There you go.
that's
Look
crazy.
at that.
And then
I was setting him up. That was I saw that and it was
And
like,
I'm
he
all
wants
about-
to use it. He
and I'm
wants
all-
to use it.
and I'm all about prop comedy.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
You're a real carrot top of podcast.
yeah, I've said that. And so like the chase begins. It's now Jason versus the final girl, Ginny.
Mhm.
She like locks herself into like kind of like a storage
Already?
area. Well, I mean, this is about like an hour and 20
yeah,
minutes
we're
in the
almost
movie.
done the
Yeah.
movie now.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
There's not a lot to these these movies.
Yeah, not
There's a
much
bit of
happens.
there's setup and then there's murder.
Right.
And then teens having sex.
And teens having sex and
Boinking.
and butts and boobs and vaginas.
As
Hit
we
it.
covered.
No
As we
peas.
covered.
Yeah, take it away, Zach.
Oh, I don't remember.
But
Booze have a time of butts and boobs and vaginas. Woo. They're all over the place.
Oh no.
They're getting on my face. They're going all around. They're going into town, and that's why they live. I tied it back into the story.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm so glad we do video sometimes.
So she's in the she's in the storage compartment, and all of a sudden
Come on.
pitchfork
Come on.
goes
Pitchfork,
right
which is my favorite.
Yeah,
weapon
which is my
in the
favorite
whole
weapon in the movie. Yeah. So it's like in the poster and everything. And pitchfork comes through the door, and like he's breaking in.
Where did he get it?
Where do you? Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. He's just got it. He's
Has
got it. He has it.
things.
And so she climbs out a window. There's a tiny little window, and she runs over to her car, her little shitty car that doesn't. And so of course, like
That doesn't
classic
start.
horror,
Luck
it's just like
girl.
pop 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 pop, and she's like screaming, and it's just not working. And all of a sudden, like she's like, "Oh no, what's happening? Like, where is he? Where is he?" And then pitchfork through the
Right
through the roof,
There you go.
right through the roof.
So much force.
Yeah.
Like, come
Well,
on.
well, it's like, but it's a convertible, so it's just like
Oh,
one of
okay,
those like
okay.
fabricy
Yeah,
like
okay.
roofs, so it goes right through.
Yeah.
And she
Just a
like
bit of felt.
she rolls out of the car, and he like falls off the roof, like he trips and falls, like he's not like, and he runs too, like this is a very different.
He trips, falls, and runs.
Trips and falls and
He can do it
runs,
all.
and like just has a bag on his head. Looks like a doofus.
I mean, he was in the amateur leagues. He was working up.
He hadn't gone to hell yet. He hadn't
Yeah.
gone to space yet.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a, this is a
Hadn't
very
fought Freddy
this
yet.
is a different and younger Jason.
Oh my god.
And so yeah, the running continues.
There's a lot of just like running around.
Yeah.
And then again, we're in this giant forest, but
Mhm.
yet she goes to like the first building she finds. She hides
Which-
in the first building she finds.
Yeah, which is his shack.
His little
Fuck.
shack. Yeah.
Yeah, so she enters the shack. She goes into the same room that the sheriff went into, and now it is revealed what the sheriff saw.
It is
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
like a shrine of bodies with like the center being his,
Mamacita.
yeah,
Yes,
his mom's
his
head.
mother's head.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, the mother's head sitting there, and with the sweater around her and that sort of
What the
thing.
fuck?
And so she shuts the door, like locks the door to the room, and he's coming, and he's hitting it now with a pickaxe. He has a pickaxe.
Yeah.
now.
He does what he wants.
He does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He's hitting
That's
the door
all
with a
right.
pickaxe, and she has to think quickly. She's just like, "What the hell do? I don't have any weapons. I don't have like what do I do?" And so she grabs Mama Voorhees's sweater,
Mamacita.
Mamacita Voorhees, and she puts the sweater. Oh, Mamacita Voorhees. Very good.
Very good.
Puts on the sweater, and he breaks down the door, and
Mhm.
she takes on the character of his mother. So
Really?
so she starts
yeah.
talking. So she's just like,
She's quick fucking thinking.
yeah,
here.
really quick thinking, because like this is like
How
the
did
whole
you piece that together?
Well,
though?
it was the scene at the bar, right, where she was talking about
She
empathy and talking about like
knows.
so like it's just she just knows because she's a psychology major. I forgot to say that.
Yes.
She's a psychology major.
You're right. That's the missing link.
So she starts being like, Jason, stop it.
Stop it, Jason.
This is your mother. Come here, Jason.
Kneel.
Yeah,
Jason,
like, and she
kneel.
like finds this like rusty.
Well, the machete. She finds a machete.
Yeah, she finds like the rust,
Which is like what
rusty-
Jason Voorhees' mother used to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she hides it behind her back, and she's just like, "Come to me."
Yeah, and
Come here.
They're doing these cool shots where the actress who played her is like superimposed, but not like really great. But just like it cuts to like her in a black kind of surrounding, and like keeps crossfading between Pam as the mother, but then Ginny and like like Neil, like do
And
his
so
mother
so he
says.
gets he gently gets down, and he gets on his knees, and then she goes and she lifts up the machete, and Jason kind of sees his mother's head still on the altar and realizes he's being tricked, and he blocks the machete with his pickaxe, and like and then he gouges her leg with the pickaxe, and then it's just like, oh shit, this is it for her. And then Paul comes back. Paul comes back, because Paul, he just like, might have gotten knocked out a little bit,
Yeah.
Paul's the boss. Paul's the lover of
Ginny.
Jenny. And so Paul like shows up, and they tussle some more, some more tussling.
Man.
And then Ginny takes the machete, and it's like nice slow motion, just like the first film, like where
No way.
and just slow motion, and just like drops the machete right down into Jason's neck and shoulder area, and it just
right
like
there.
sinks right in, and he drops down dead.
Sure.
Drops dead. Yes.
He drops dead, and
Take it away, Zach.
Yeah.
Jason left too soon. He got stranded in the room. He got a pickaxe somehow, and he was gonna find out just how strong Paul really was. Paul went ape shit. Sure. I don't know.
Yeah, more or less. And so Paul carries Ginny out of the shack, and they return to the camp. He checks on her leg.
Yeah.
He says, all of a sudden there's a banging at the door, and they're like, oh shit, oh no, what's happening? And like he grabs the handle of a shovel.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a shovel.
Okay, this is like she has the shovel.
Well, she has the
shovel part.
No, she has the pitchfork. The
Pitchfork.
No, that's
the-
sorry.
the-
It's the handle.
pitchfork.
No, the handle of the pitchfork.
Oh, that's okay.
So, but she has the pitchfork, but
Yeah.
like on the other side of the room, and he approaches with the handle, and you're
Yeah.
like, you should switch.
yeah.
You should probably switch for this
And
moment.
and then they slowly open the door to reveal the Shih Tzu.
The dog. The
Alive.
little dog.
I knew it.
it.
Alive.
I knew it.
Did you? Did you know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was a different dog.
Sure.
That Shih Tzu wouldn't have.
But okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So, all is well.
Sure.
Yeah, the Shih Tzu's there. They all kind of like calm down, and it's just like, oh, it's nice and
Yeah.
relaxing. And then Jason smashes through the window.
Slow motion.
Yeah.
Now, the way he smashes through the window, one side of his face is revealed.
Yeah.
And it's slow motion, and you're like, oh, that's like freaky. And then they cut to the other side of his face, and he's kind of got like, two different sides of his face. The other side is like fully bearded, like a real man almost, but slightly
What?
off. But the first side is like bald and droopy.
What?
So it kind of looks like a completely different person when they cut to the other side.
What?
But let's see this.
Oh, what
And
the
he still has
fuck?
the machete in his shoulder.
Yeah, this is what he looks like here. Let's show it up on the
Oh,
big
yeah,
screen here.
Literally doesn't
Uh,
even look like a human.
And yeah, slow motion smashing through the window.
Here he is here. This is what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the, when
Yeah,
he
yeah,
bursts
yeah,
through.
yeah. And
It literally.
yeah. and then it just like jump cuts to Ginny in like being put into an ambulance.
Yeah.
Jason
Fuck
is
off.
gone. She's being put into an ambulance.
Yeah.
And she's going, "Where's Paul? Where's Paul?" And
We
so
don't
Paul
know,
and so Paul's
bitch.
so
We
Paul's
don't
gone.
know.
So Paul's gone. She's taken away.
But
in
he
an
went
am-
ape shit.
He went ape shit. You're right.
I
He
don't
did.
understand.
And
don't-
so Ginny is taken away by an ambulance.
That's why you don't know.
and is that it?
That's
Come on.
it.
Come
There's
on.
no like real.
What?
I think is there a voice of the mother at the end? I'm trying to remember.
No, there isn't. I think
No.
she just pulls away
Pulls
from
away.
the.
because
Oh
because-
no! You know what it is? It's a
Oh, the-
shot of the mother's head.
Mother's head.
So it
yeah.
zooms on the mother's head.
And honestly, it didn't happen, but I was waiting for the eyes just to be like, Psh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because okay, here's what I think:
Okay.
Uh-huh.
the dog did die,
No.
resurrected,
Mm.
and that explains Jason. Somehow, there's some magical powers. Jason was actually resurrected,
I don't understand.
and the dog was resurrected. So some magical Camp Crystal Lake powers. That's what I think. I think it
I
was
mean-
the dog, the actual dog that got.
I mean, but
killed.
that's fair
So,
because I mean, where they
think-
take the series
Oh
afterwards,
yeah,
it
he
gets
goes
like
to
just
space. He
Yeah,
kills
yeah,
Freddy or
yeah.
fights Freddy.
That's what
Well,
he
yeah.
kills.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Crystal Lake will revive certain people or animals depending on how it feels.
well, that's an
That's
original
choosing-
Will theory.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
choosing Jason and the Shih Tzu.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Those are
Mhm.
its two options.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I like you guys. You're a good duo. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that movie.
It loves puppies.
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
that's it in a nutshell.
That's
That is.
stupid.
Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah.
Or should we say that's it in a bag on its head?
we
Take it
could
away,
say
Zach.
that. Yeah.
Take it away.
Oh,
Play the
boy.
end credit song for this movie.
Reprise. Butts and vaginas. Oh, yeah. Jason is gone. Where did he go?
He's gone. He's
Yeah,
gone. He's
man, he's
gone.
gone. Nobody knows. Oh, Jason.
Boobs and butts and vaginas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I got a fade going on.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's
Is this the
nice.
end of it? I was just gonna keep.
No, it's not the end
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Huh?
So that's it.
That's the end of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Friday the 13th, part
That
two.
Part
pisses
two.
me off.
You said that about every movie we just talked
Well,
about.
be better. Horror genre.
You know,
Ooh.
but like part 3 is good because it's in 3D.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Part-
everyone knows when you go to space, it makes things better.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Part 4 has a young Corey Feldman.
Don't know.
Ooh. Yeah. I like him.
Who's that?
In movies like Stand by Me.
Oh. Oh.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The Goonies.
You have?
Which we talked about. The Goonies.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
now I know who it is.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the
Actually.
jokester in the Goonies.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the Seth Green type in the Goonies.
Yeah.
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 Well,
No, I get it.
yeah. I mean, what did you think about it overall?
Stupid.
Yeah, you think it's stupid?
Pisses me off.
What about
I
it
think
pisses
it
you
would
off
be
so much?
fun to watch, but I don't like that ending.
No, the ending's a bit confusing.
A bit annoying.
I think it was trying to once again was just following the template of the first one
It was
because there was
kinda
a bit of that shock kind of jump scare at the end when everything's
Mhm.
calm but then I feel like a lot of producers got their fingers in it and a lot of writers got their fingers in it and they just kind of blew the ending, which is a theme through Friday the 13th. There's a lot of people putting their fingers in the Jason
And
pot.
this.
Take it
Yeah.
away,
And
Zach.
this.
Yeah,
Fingers in the pot.
fingers in the
I was
pot.
thinking the same
Fingers in
thing.
Jason's pot.
Fingers in Jason's pot.
Well,
Yeah.
Alenka,
What?
Holy shit!
how many single sexy 21-year-old teens do you give this movie? With foot stuff.
I give you 1 foot fetished 21-year-old sexy ass teen on the beach by themselves, and they're a little bit upsetty spaghetti because they've got their foots, but they don't got anybody else to have with the foots. So they're there, they're ready, but
Yeah, I
they're
think that all
just
made
not
sense.
quite fulfilled.
There's no payoff.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about this movie.
Right. Okay.
No payoff.
There you go.
Sorry.
I didn't make it. You do not have to apologize to me.
Sorry. Pissing me off.
Pissing me off.
Well, Rob,
Hello.
thank you
Pisses
so
me
much
off.
for coming on
Oh, thank you.
to the Halloween live stream
Yeah.
tonight.
Happy Halloween October.
It's your favorite month.
This is my yeah.
Well, if people want to follow you,
Yeah.
and R.I.P, but also keep up with you because you've been in a horror film recently, and
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
trigger
Also-
warnings.
also just so everyone knows,
No.
Rob has a co-host named Shauna. Unfortunately,
Hi,
she couldn't be
Shauna.
here because she is a hard-working production script supervisor
script
on
supervisor.
horror film,
Loser.
majority horror film.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of horror
Yeah.
films. Like actually, she just finished working on VHS 94.
Yeah, so
which
just
comes-
came out.
Which
Oh.
it just came out. So
Yeah.
so
It's
she's
getting
very
great
proud of that,
reviews.
and
Yeah.
it looks really great.
Yeah. Well, where
Um,
can the people find you?
You can find the R.I.P podcast on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts, and you can follow us on Instagram at Instagram at the.rip.podcast. Yes. Yeah, you can jump in there. Yeah.
And when can we see Camp Blood or not Camp Blood? Fat Camp.
Fat Camp?
Get it right.
You know what? I don't know. I wish there's right now it's doing the short film circuit. And yeah, I'm not sure when
All right.
it's going to be out for people to like actually check out.
Yeah,
But
we'll,
yeah,
we'll keep
I'll
updated.
I'll make sure to post that. Yeah.
Well, you can follow us, not Stephen Blahos, sorry. That. You can
That's
follow
to
us
come.
on Instagram at haven't seen a podcast. At haven't seen a podcast. I'm drinking a little bit too much. Twitter
I would
at
like
haven't
some more.
_seen_it, and on Facebook at haven't seen a podcast.
You can't
We have a website, haven'tseenpodcast.com. All
Will
the
works
movies
hard
on
on
there that, I do work very hard on it. It's actually themed right now via Spooky Movie Month because I love catering to our 5 viewers a month.
Hey.
Not podcast listeners, but like viewers of the actual website. I know those stats. Yeah, we are continuing one more episode after this. We're coming back at around, I'm going to say 10 o'clock, 10 minutes after 10 with
after 10.
Stephen Blahos, the voice of Psycho Gorman, and we're going to live watch Psycho Gorman. So if you have not
I'm scared.
rented it off iTunes or Amazon or got your free trial on Shudder to watch it, do that and watch it with us because we're going to live watch it and do a little commentary with
Yeah.
that buddy. Yeah, that's coming up at 10 o'clock or next week if you're listening to this
Yeah.
later. Fucking
Loser.
losers.
You fucking goon. Grow up. On that note, fucking grow up, you goon. Go to live streams, you big baby. Idiot.
That outro was so much longer than I thought it would be. My fingers are getting real out and I can't quite see. All these drinks all night and I'm getting a little tipsy. Oh, I don't know what rhymes with tipsy.